With great power comes with great responsibility. This quotation is very popular among movies. Those who showcase a certain person who needs to conquer a troublemaker villain with his own extraordinary abilities. Indeed, this kind of genre is quite far from actuality. But in reality, we are living in this similar kind of plot for a lengthy period of time already. 300,000 years have passed since we, humans, had evolved into Homo sapiens. We were then endowed with the ability to think, to feel, and to sense appropriately. These qualities made us superior from other organisms, and hence, we had gained power. Ourselves are now very reliable for survival. Ourselves cannot take a life path to pursue it. Ourselves cannot do a lot of things that other living organisms cannot. This is no doubt a power, a great one, and thus, we must accept greater responsibility for what, where, and when it is needed significantly.
300,000 years later, globalization dominates the world. Humans became capable of generating things that made their life much comfortable. Buildings and infrastructures became the new symbol of beauty of our surroundings in majority's eyes. Efficiency of life is what everyone's daily goal nowadays. But as the time goes by, this aim became so personal and selfish. Modern prosperity is currently being obtained by people, but misery is being attained by our environment in exchange. The current state of our nature is in much chaos, but most of us chose to pretend of not being aware. We have the ability to understand things, but we chose to not to do so towards the general welfare of all living things. We were granted with power to save and insulate the earth. But why does humanity decide to be the villain of its own home?
We have the power to maintain the good shape of our world, but we choose our negligence over our significant ethical characteristics. Everyone knows how garbage can cause harm into our soils, water, and animals by being a poison or a great cause of pollution. And yet, instead of proper waste disposal, most of us still like to throw various kinds of trash erroneously, just for their indulgent satisfaction. All of us knows how our trees are very important for being a source of oxygen and food, and also for being a significant tool in addressing the climate change and global warming. But nevertheless, most of us still choose to cut them down above moderation without planting another for exchange. We are very much aware that various kinds of machineries, gadgets, and factories contributes to the defilement of our air, but everyone refuses to use alternatives and provide measures that could alleviate the said negative effect.
We have the power to maintain the good shape of our world, but we choose to value our wants more than our needs. Animal testing is a controversial issue nowadays, and a lot of organizations have already voiced their concern about it being a disgraceful act towards animals. But most manufacturing companies still do the improper practice just to please their human customers. There are various animals that are being protected by the law against being killed for the reason of having less quantity, but some of us still insist on violating this certain law just to execute our egocentric action. Currently, our mountains are experiencing spoliation because of mining, which aims to collect certain kinds of minerals only to produce high-valued products like jewelry. Sustainable mining is possible, but greed keeps driving humans to go beyond the limit.
We have the power to maintain the good shape of our world, but we chooses to do the opposite. We have the ability to attain a natural paradise, but humanity decided to build its own dystopia. Now, several kinds of disasters like stronger hurricanes, floods, forest fires, abnormal eruptions, glaciers melting, and many others are making us feel their existence gradually. Some believe that what we can only do is to adapt these circumstances, while in fact, we are the root of these natural harmful events, and thus, we must mitigate. The quotation which states that prevention is better than cure does not only apply to the medical field. We should not only address the effects of our actions towards the environment, but rather, we must stop ourselves from doing these certain improper environmental actions. Our nature is not the threat, it is us. We are the only one who can conquer the chaos creator villain in our environment, but it's also ourselves who is the offender.
With great power comes with great responsibility, but humanity is irresponsible. Maybe if other organisms have been granted by wisdom and intelligence instead of us, Earth would have been in a better condition up to these days. Why most of us are letting the worst to take place? Are they dumb? Or are they having a collective suicide? Whatever the reason may be, nothing can justify our wrong environmental doings. Karma is now making its way, but it's not too late for humanity to deflect it. That's why I'm here to encourage all of you, through heart, to fight your villain self. It is now the perfect time to utilize our power, our intelligence, our abilities, our skills, and our talents for reinstating our geographical home.
If you don't have some care what the environment may cost you in the future, then just think about the welfare of your family, especially the future generation instead. Let's not let our negligence dominate us. We need the power of 7.9 billion people to stop our own selves to do bad things to flora and fauna. The plants and the animals are now screaming in silence. They are suffering because of us. If we will not cease our fallacious doings right now, 1/3 of the population of plants and animals will go extinct in the future. This is a huge loss for us and our environment. As what is always being said, Mother Nature had been here for over 4.5 billion years, which is 23,500 times longer than us. Mother Nature doesn't really need people, but people need her. Our future depends on our natural habitat. It's not the other ones.
If we are not going to start fixing our environmental mistakes sooner, it will be the end for us. The true beauty of our surroundings is being symbolized by the green leaves, blue skies, clear water, and brown lands. Life is not about civilization. Life is all anent to our natural environment. Let's not let modern life be dominant. Let's make everything balanced. Let's teach ourselves to value our needs more than our wants. Needs that in Mother Nature we could find. Let's face the fact that the modern industry gives temporary convenience. But in reality, the environment is the one that promotes sustainability. Is it still your goal to live efficiently and survive longer here on Earth? If yes, then you must revise your wrongdoings. Because every second counts. Time is passing quickly. Hurry up! Do it before it's too late.
Our scientists have been trying to warn us about the bad state of our Mother Earth. But why do we keep acting like we are much knowledgeable than them?
We must consider the welfare of our co-organisms whenever we are creating a thought and making some huge decisions.
Instead of allocating time to innovating various ways to satisfy our modern necessities, we must develop our natural surroundings for the betterment.
Environment must always be the priority of humanity.
For everyone to realize, we must all remember that our actions will always define our fate.
Mother Nature will go on. She is prepared to evolve. Are we?
I, Christian Roy Duran,
Reina Kate D. Generosa.
Paul William D. Dacula,
Crucial Rose Lenario,
John Enrique D. Alihaga,
Precious Jasmine Falco,
Bradley Midic,
Zara Louise D. Bilog.
their current and forever environmental goal. We are the Taiwan Kalikasan Environment and Natural Resources Ambassadors, reaching out everyone's senses to be with us, be part of what we're standing for, because this is for the general humanity's welfare.
Our voices should be heard and actions should be acted. As ENR ambassadors, we will go